Well, hi everybody, and it's another part of our series of building a race car here in Dubai at the Fixit Garage in DIP. Another challenging week. Again, we'd hoped to be on the circuit at the end of this week, and we were not quite there, and we'll elaborate on that in more detail. A couple of things challenges we had this week before we had our major issue was with the braking system. We couldn't get the brakes to bleed. And it turns out when we'd actually put the calipers back on the car, we'd actually switched the sides. So the bleed nipple was at the bottom, not the top, so there was a massive pocket of air sitting at the top of the brakes. So our trusty cameraman figured that out and said, hey, look at this, and we managed to fix that. So some of the other challenges we had this week was there was a really interesting miss with the engine when we were doing our little runs up and down. And just once again, via the ECU system, the Hondata system, we could see there was a missing signal, and then we found that there was another sensor that just wasn't quite plugged in well enough for the VTEC in the car. Once we plugged it in, again, the car just came to life in that higher rev range and was a lot better. We also took the car next door, directly next door from the workshop. There's a wheel alignment shop, and the guys there gave it its first wheel alignment, and I stood by and watched, and we managed to also dial in a little bit of rear camber and a bit of front camber, just so it's going to be more handling wise better on the circuit. So it's great that there's a facility like that next door where you, after you've done the work, you can then get it all squared up. Alright, so another sort of challenge of the week was, after we started the car several times, was that it just kept on turning off its fuel pump whenever we fired. And what we eventually figured out is that, yes, okay, we have a very small battery, which is great for the weight capacity of the vehicle, etc., but it only gives us about 2 or 3 starts before it actually becomes too weak and everything starts shutting down. But luckily enough, with our little electrical system in here, we can bypass the fuse inside and get the fuel pump on, and it just helped to get the car started. And then once the alternator was on, everything came right. So it was a little bit of a learning curve when we're out on the circuit, if we're doing any endurance races, just how we can get around problems that might happen in the field.